Hello, and welcome to an introduction to the Evokat Premier platform for our existing partners. This series of videos is intended to ease some of the natural anxieties around this change, as well as introduce new functionality, serve as a learning platform, and explain our joint responsibilities to ensure as smooth a migration as possible. While these videos are intended to help communicate more efficiently, we always encourage your questions and welcome opportunities to work with you on your data initiatives, so reach out to us anytime. The Premier version of Evokat has been in commercial use for well over a year, and a sunset date of the legacy version has been set, so all users must convert by the end of the year. There is no increase in subscription costs or change in terms with this transition. The move to the Premier platform simply allows for greater alignment with our industry and channel partner requirements. In this video, we're just going to touch on some of the aspects of the migration at a high level, and we encourage you to view the subsequent function-specific videos to get familiar with the system layout and features in advance of your transition. With the new functionality, we have worked to create a solution that will still feel familiar to what you're used to, but also one that provides flexibility to meet today's more challenging authoring scenarios. For example, the Premier solution builds upon the previous workflow used to author ACES applications by taking the same core authoring steps, but allowing you to navigate the process in a more dynamic way. Product information is presented within its PIEs data groupings, but encourages improved consistency and more elements than ever before. The process to request reports almost exactly mirrors what you're used to in the legacy system, but with a few new features built in. While there are many new features in Premier, we have not abandoned our core, and that means an easier transition for you. As you learn about Premier, you will be exposed to new levels of complexity that may not be recognized as offering a significant value to you. For the most part, these new data structures can be disregarded if they're not relevant to your needs. For example, Premier makes it easier to associate digital assets to application records, but if that is not relevant to your line, you can just ignore the feature. If you don't want to use the PADB for your product attributes, you don't have to. There are many other examples, but the point is that if you have a complex data need, we can meet it. And if not, you don't have to jump through unnecessary hoops. One of the new features that everyone will be presented with is something called a brand profile. Brand profiles allow different sets of product information to be authored and distributed for the same core item. Most partners will not need to manage multiple sets of product data, but if you do, this concept will be a welcome addition. If you need to generate files using alternate part numbers, distribute multiple UPC codes, or customize digital assets, all of those needs are met via the brand profile concept. So please discuss these scenarios with us prior to your migration, as it is an important aspect of your plan. In addition to communicating any special product information handling needs, prior to the move there are a few things you can do to smooth the transition. Understand your reporting needs. Review the reports in your current library to understand what reports are expected by each trading partner, and confirm the tags and other configuration options needed to deliver the right content. Your report requests are going to need to be regenerated in Premier, so this is a great opportunity to review and document the necessary reports that have accrued over time. Think about and communicate any special needs, whether they are reports or functions that you may rely on. Over time, we have customized Evokat to meet many unique requirements, so if there are any concerns with regard to special functionality or reports, please raise those questions in advance. The move is a great opportunity to create a master data plan for your organization. As you learn and configure Premier to your needs, having a defined set of rules to follow with regard to both PIEs and ACES data elements can be of great value. Look ahead to any future publication dates and help us schedule your move for a time that will not have an impact on them. If you have a print initiative coming up, you may elect to generate those files now, well in advance of deadlines, in a system you are already familiar with. There is a new version of My Car Parts that aligns with Evokat Premier. If you are using the My Car Parts service, whether as an embedded or standalone site, communicating those changes to your stakeholders is beneficial. As we prepare your catalog for the transition, we may occasionally have questions or ask for input on specific issues. For example, any invalid vehicle references that have been forcibly kept in your catalog cannot be moved to Premier and need to be reviewed in advance. Your participation in this effort is very much appreciated and helpful. Perhaps most importantly, allow for learning. Allocate time to watch the videos, participate in training sessions, and ask questions. Above all else, be patient with your team as they learn to navigate the new features and allow a little extra time to meet deadlines in the short term. As for our specific migration steps, we start with a review of your data to address any consistency issues and invalid references. We frequently find inconsistencies in interchange data because of the way these elements were authored previously. We often see spelling differences, improper brand IDs as examples. ACES cleanup may also occur. Many invalid ACES records can be traced to industry efforts to clean up the engine-based definitions. And over time, ACA has improved their change reporting to the point that we can apply some of those changes for you based on their data. These updates will have a positive impact on your invalid application counts in addition to helping stage a smooth transition. Once your catalog is ready to move, Illumaware will create the catalog, migrate data, and create initial users. If you're using My Car Parts, we will create your site and populate it with your information. Lastly, we will be hosting open onboarding sessions your team is welcome to join to ask questions. As you learn the new system, please reach out for help with technical questions on the applications as needed. You do not need to wait to join an online session, and we can set up personalized training sessions as well. Your migration to Premier is coming soon. Most migrations can be done in a single evening, with the digital assets sometimes taking a little longer to move depending on their volume. If you would like to be moved to the top of the migration list, please contact us. Otherwise, we will be setting target dates in the coming weeks. We are excited to share Evokat Premier with you. Thank you for your time, and please reach out to us with any questions.